When you are trying to rank up in Rocket League, most people will likely tell you to play as much as you can to get better. But this can be misleading. While having more playtime will probably make you get better, playing too much can have some negative effects on you and becomes pointless after a certain point. So, at what point should you get off the game? If you are trying to seriously get better at Rocket League, there's a good chance you will start playing more ranked, or maybe you'll spend more time in free play. While just normally playing the game can be good to a certain extent, there is a point where it becomes kind of pointless. But where exactly is this point? Well, if you are playing Rocket League for a very long time, there is a good chance that you will start to get burned out from it. It is very important to not reach the point where you do feel this way, since it not only can make you play worse, but can even make all the time you are spending pointless. When you do start to feel burnt out in Rocket League, it becomes very difficult to make any progress or improve. When you are burnt out from the game, you will likely start playing on autopilot. But what exactly is autopilot? Playing on autopilot is when you just aren't really thinking much about each situation in game, which will likely lead to you playing worse and making poor decisions in game. When you are playing on autopilot, you will occasionally zone out while playing and realize you weren't really thinking for the last couple minutes or so. If you do ever find yourself playing on autopilot, it is best to hop off the game for a while. Playing too much Rocket League not only can have an effect on stuff in the game, but can also have a mental effect on you in real life. Getting burnt out from doing a specific thing, like I mentioned, can have other real negative effects on you. When you get burnt out from something, it can really mess with your brain, and you will likely feel mentally exhausted. Getting mentally exhausted can make it miserable when you later on in the day are doing something else that requires you to think a lot. Being mentally exhausted can make it really difficult to think, and your brain might start to wander when you are trying to do something later on. When you are playing Rocket League, it is very important to be focused on the right things instead of just mindlessly playing, hoping that you will get better. There are different things you should focus on depending on what rank in the game you are. It is usually good to mainly focus on one thing at a time and try to get it down as much as possible, and then go to the next thing. However, it is important to not just fully stop practicing that certain mechanic when you move on to learning another. Let's say that you are constantly in free play practicing a certain mechanic. Once you get decent or good at it, you shouldn't just completely stop doing it and go to the next thing. Instead, once you move on to the next mechanic, you should still integrate the first or previous mechanic you learned into your free play session. Even if you aren't focusing on it as much, this will still help you slowly keep getting better at it until you master it, while at the same time being able to learn another mechanic. When you do get to the point in Rocket League where you feel burnt out, like I talked about earlier, you will likely start getting more frustrated easier. Getting more frustrated might cause you to start saying certain things your teammates make any minor mistake. There is a good chance that you will regret saying these things later when you hop off the game. This is yet another reason it is good to hop off when you feel burnt out or mentally exhausted, since it will not only have an effect on you, but also on people around you or teammates in game. Being mentally exhausted in Rocket League is obviously not a great thing. I mean, it can be very frustrating if you feel like you just can't focus while you're playing. But no matter what, it is always better to hop off if you feel this way, as once you do hop off the game for a while and take a mental break, you will likely feel refreshed once again.